Hello everybody, this is General MLD back again for another video. Now, I'd like to get this off my chest before we begin. Thank you. Absolutely thank you to everybody for all the positivity, all the messages, all the support, everyone who gave me a shout out and referred me to this page. Like, it really was above and beyond what I expected. So if you guys want the good old-fashioned console wars like we did back in the day, I think I can help you guys out. So without further ado, let's begin with my first real video here. Now, with recent news, the PlayStation State of Play conference. Well, a lot of people were excited about that, but it turns out it was not good at all. Now, I would compare it to the Series X third-party gameplay demonstration back in last summer. That's how bad it was. A bunch of games that aren't really worth getting excited about. Nothing new, just some release dates. I'd say one of your best highlights was Deathloop, a first-party Xbox title. Now, I really encourage you guys, play this game, buy this game. You gotta make back that $7.5 billion somehow. We really appreciate all your support. You guys can, play it day one, and I will play it when all the patches and updates and DLC hits, and I'll play it on Game Pass. So I'll play the game for pennies on the dollar compared to you guys. So really, thank you. Also, it's the idea of playing a Xbox first-party game on your PlayStation console, devoting your time and money to Xbox while talking shit about it on social media, and at the same time, you are not playing a Sony first-party title. Food for thought. I just find that very amusing once you think about it. So let's see here. 2021. I discussed the state of play, but in general, 2021 is starting to show its cracks for PlayStation. Now, granted, I will admit, you guys had a fantastic 2020. But now that the generation has begun and we're a few months in, you're starting to see things aren't so rosy as you might have thought. Now, let's see here. We believe in generations. I think that was one of the lines from Jim Ryan. And while some games are, the best of the best, I find, are not. You see, last year you got Miles Morales, which is also on PS4. But this year, Horizon Forbidden West, your cream of the crop, the best of the best this year, is also on PS4. Now, you see, the irony is that you guys gave Xbox, PlayStation fanboys, by the way, I'm talking to you guys. You guys gave Xbox a hard time when Microsoft was all transparent. Maybe look into that for Sony. When Microsoft said that Halo Infinite would be on Xbox One. And you guys said, oh, let's see, Xbox One is holding everything back. What do you gotta say now with Horizon? And I got a feeling the same thing is going to happen to God of War. Like, they're kind of quiet on that. I think people were asking if it was cross-gen, and Sony has given zero clarification. That is not a good sign. If it is, that would be so funny. And the biggest slap in the face. So let's see what happens with that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the RDNA little controversy. You guys thought that custom RDNA meant better. Or some of you guys even think, or still think, it's RDNA 3. This is ridiculous. Now that whole narrative is just blown wide open. You guys it's more like RDNA 1.1. You guys the PS5 is just so weak and so not future-proof. Like, we're already starting to see the pendulum swinging back the other way with games like Hitman. With a better resolution, more shadows, all the BC games are coming out, although that's not necessarily the same thing, but you're starting to see a lot more games coming out favoring the Series X over the PS5. So, and that gap is only going to get bigger and better as more games release this year. So that's another crack. Oh, there's so many things to talk about. So many things to catch you guys up on once you really think about it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the SSD. I think this will go down in history as one of the most overblown things you PlayStation fanboys have ever talked about. Because in reality, the load times are marginally better than Series X, and in many cases, lesser so, especially with the backwards compatible titles. So the amount of hype you guys put into this, you guys just, oh my God, all the blowback, like all the flip-flopping, it's so funny. Whereas like with us, Series X, the specs don't lie. And that will prove itself this year, that I promise you. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Japan studio. We're starting to hear rumors of that one closing. I mean, we had reports of a lot of people leaving that studio, but now it looks like that studio is in some kind of trouble. I'm not going to say anything definitive, but it doesn't bode well. I mean, Sony already has about, 10 less studios than Microsoft? And now one's already out of the picture. That's a lot less studio capacity already. And with MLB developer going Multiplat, that's like another studio crossed off the list. I mean, the first party gap, when the production really gets going, it's going to be so vast compared to the two. Sony has to really start buying studios or organically growing their own studios like much, much faster in order to keep up. Now, Destruction All-Stars. Like, when Medium beats you, that's how you know you guys got a problem. That was your first exclusive game this year. And you guys flopped. Congratulations. You have the next bleeding edge. Maybe tell Sony to stick to single-player games. Social games, multiplayer games, that's more our style. Xbox does it better. So maybe tell Sony to, stick with what they're good at. Now, let's see here. I already talked about MLB. But it's worth pointing out that this game, for years, so many years, was a nice little feather in your cap. Every year you had MLB come out. It was a mid-80s Metacritic game. It was a great way to inflate your little list wars. And now, for the first time ever, it is coming to Xbox. And, Xbox, we're used to the idea of Xbox expanding their games beyond their console borders. But you guys, PlayStation fanboys, you guys have this very, very traditional one-platform exclusivity mantra, or this culture that you keep pushing. It's on PlayStation and nowhere else. And this is just one example of the times changing. And you guys cannot take it. Oh yeah, Days Gone. Days Gone going to PC. The first of many. Congratulations. You guys are where we were in 2015. Whereas we have long since accepted and adapted to the idea of Xbox expanding. Whereas you guys, your narratives are crumbling so fast. I really, really wonder how you guys are going to adapt to this. I thought PlayStation was the one and only place to play your games. What's going on? But you guys will say, but MLD is coming years later. All these games have come out on PlayStation first, and they'll go on PC years later after the sales have dropped off. It's the principle of the matter. The principle is that PlayStation is the one and only place to play. So now your whole culture, everything you believe in, is a lie. And I just want you guys to dwell on that. Maybe reflect on some things. Maybe find a better narrative going forward. And to top it all off, the cherry on top of this year of PlayStation 2021 showing its cracks is Gran Turismo 7 being delayed into next year. Now, I find this very, very telling because I think Forza Motorsport, the reboot, that's rumored for next year. So we're finally going to see both of these industry leaders in the genre compete head to head. Now, I know Forza's better. It's been better for a long time. I mean, you only have to look at the Metacritic for GT Sport to know how far the series is falling. Hell, Forza Motorsport 5 has a better score than Gran Turismo Sport. Let's just put it like that. So I know Forza's better, but now everyone's going to see that next year. And dare I say it, Xbox might have a better fall lineup. Ooh, say it ain't so. Imagine saying that 5 years ago during the Xbox One generation. Now you see, right now it's just Halo Infinite. But right now you got Horizon and God of War. But many people are doubting that God of War will make it this year. If it does, okay, fine. But Xbox, I mean, you got Halo Infinite. Which, by the way, the Halo Infinite update blew the state of play out of the water. That's how bad the state of play was. But you also got rumors of Forza Horizon 5 taking place in Japan, I believe. That's rumored for this year. And all Forza Horizon games get announced the same year that they release. And then you got Bethesda. And we got that possible news update in March after the Bethesda deal is complete. And we could have any combination of Starfield or Wolfenstein 3, or I'm not saying both of them are guaranteed, but you got the idea that one or the other might come this fall, and and bolster what Halo Infinite will have, we might actually get a bigger holiday lineup with more AAA games. And that is all I need to say to show you that the times are changing and PlayStation is going to be left behind. See you guys.